What is going on, my beautiful people, man? Hope you guys are doing amazing today. In this video, what we're basically going to be talking about is developing a better relationship with the feelings, the anxiety, the stress, the emotions, the thoughts that you have in your mind that kind of creep up in, and it can sometimes make you feel like you don't like it. It feels very uncomfortable. Sometimes those thoughts are negative. Sometimes those thoughts are going to tell you bad stuff about yourself. Sometimes those thoughts are going to be insecurity, or sometimes those emotions are going to be strong anxiety. And what we're basically going to be talking about is being able to develop that better relationship with there so that it stops having the power over you, and so you stop fearing even the sense of that thing. So you can put yourself into very uncomfortable situations and continue to do great things for the Lord who we are serving. So basically, this comes from this guy who is the meditation coach for Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And what he basically has said is that it is okay to feel the thoughts that you have, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions. And what you're doing is sometimes it's going to be so strong that in the moment you're not going to be able to fix it, you're not going to be able to change it, and you're just going to have an emotional reaction or just a reaction that really just shuts you down. But it's not that that is necessarily bad. He says that you have to accept the things that your mind is going to tell you. Sometimes it's going to tell you, like, he gave the example of him going to do a little speech in front of the Lakers that had just won 2 championships. They had just won 2 championships, and his mind starts telling him, like, you're not enough, like, you're not, what gives you the right to go in front of these people and talk to them and stuff like that. And so he says, like, he has to be in the moment and put that into the back burner, put that into the background of his mind so it's not affecting him. Well, it's still going to be there. It's probably going to take him make it a little bit harder to get into flow, but allowing himself to continue to move despite that feeling. But what he's basically also said is that when you are able to identify that stuff, you have to accept it wholeheartedly, accept that thing, but also you can kind of listen to what it's trying to say in its own language. Sometimes the language isn't going to be the best language, it's going to be very rude or something like that, but trying to listen to what it's actually trying to tell you about maybe yourself. And sometimes we have these thoughts and feelings, and sometimes they're just going to be completely delusional, they're going to be out of nowhere, they don't make sense, that's okay. But sometimes we're going to have a thought that says, you're not enough, then that you should be caring about what people think and stuff like that. And that's kind of a tell. If we can, in the moment, you might not be able to do anything about it because it's just so strong. It's like, oh no, I'm really like self-conscious right now. I can't do anything. I got to get the freak out of here. And if that happens, that's where you're at. That's okay. But saying, once you get out of that moment, you're like, okay, that was a thought. I accept that thought. That's a thought. That's just a thought. It doesn't mean that that's who you are, but it's a thought. What might that be trying to tell me? Is that trying to tell me that I'm focusing too much on people's approval? And once you realize that, all of a sudden you can say, okay, how can I put my approval into God only? How can I meditate on that? How can I continue to dive into that? Read some scripture stories, do some stuff like that. Or maybe even just read books about people who have dealt with approval and needing to get out of approval and gaining that wisdom. So it allows you to find the wisdom to get out of that. And what he says is that wisdom is able to conquer fear because you're able to see, okay, fear actually doesn't have any hold on me. It actually isn't going to control me and stuff like that. And knowing that wisdom and that love for yourself, knowing, hey, this is what I feel, that perfect love that you have for yourself, I want to continue to grow myself, continue to help myself, and accept myself along the entire way. That perfect love casts out that fear. It is so dang amazing because it's just like, all of a sudden, what he basically said is that, in those moments, you're not going to be able to have much room to navigate, and you just might have an emotional reaction. You might have a reaction to it. But once you get out of it, what you're trying to do is grow yourself in the wisdom, but also just in the acceptance of yourself and the acceptance of just like, okay, what can I do next time? Why did I feel that? Why did that happen? How can I improve this? Just like a freaking basketball player doing some film study. And what you're trying to do is in the next time that you're in that moment, you're trying to make a bigger gap of space that you can navigate around. If you find wisdom, if you find scripture that helps you with those moments, it gives you more space in there so that you don't instantly just go into that emotional reaction or just your thoughts just run crazy and stuff like that. And it can help even negate those thoughts by having the sword of the Spirit, being able to fight against those thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? It creates this space that's bigger and bigger, like, hey, I feel comfortable here. It's still like you can feel the walls of this, like, okay, there's kind of a limit here where I might get so uncomfortable where now I'm more comfortable. Like for myself, I'll give you an example. For myself, now I'm more comfortable with if I go out and somebody says something negative or says something that gets into my mind. Now I am much more comfortable with being able to navigate and still try my best to be in the moment while having a negative thought like that that's affecting me, that's kind of taking away some of my focus, some of that stuff, but still being able to navigate that because I've created a lot of space around there by diving into scripture, by diving into learning stuff about letting go and reading books about that. But in the past, I would have just shut down because there wasn't much space there. Do you understand? But now I know I can see the wall still. Like this happened recently where it almost collapsed, where it was just like so bad. But I'm like, okay, that is my mind trying to tell me something about this thing. I go look into it, find this meditation coach that coached Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant that has developed so much wisdom in this. And this gap, this space within that now is so damn huge because he taught me not to fear all of that stuff. He teaches us not to fear that feeling. Because I was a little bit of a fear, like, well, why do I feel this? I just want to be in the flow. I just want to have fun. But now I'm not fearing that anymore. So imagine how big that damn space is to be able to navigate within those situations. So the next time that we are feeling something like that, we can go into being accepting that feeling and then saying, okay, what is my mind trying to tell me here? Even if it's like the thought, but also the feeling and the sensation in the body. Why am I getting anxious here? Why am I getting stressed here? And then diving into other people that have overcome that, or other people that talks about, gaining an understanding. People talk about why we get stressed, why we get anxiety, why we get that stuff. And once you start to understand it, it takes the fear away from it, and you can accept this is a normal emotion. It is so powerful. I wish this for you guys, man. If you're dealing with this, let me know what it is down in the comments below. We can talk about it a little bit. I love you guys very much, man. I hope you guys having an amazing, today? Wednesday. Talk to you on the next video. Peace.